glue, scissors, and bows. That's the Christmas that everybody knows. Sparkles and sprinkles, glistening and twinkles. Gingerbread men in foil-lined tins. Magical, mystical, whimsical fun. We won't stop till our projects are done. Count 5, count 4, count 3, 2, 1. Sit back and relax and get ready for fun. Hi, this is Dr. Michelle Pierce-Mobley, and I'm going to show you a passion of mine, which is doing decorating with glass block. Now, these glass blocks were probably my first attempt at doing glass block with my kids. We did it as a craft project. These are about 15 years old, but all I did was basically take some cracked glass, and you can kind of see on the close-up here, the cracked glass that I just glued to the front of here, and then put lights in there. And that was kind of my first generation because I wanted to be able to plug them in, put them outside, use them inside, and they just make a really great decoration. Now I'm going to show you another set of glass block that I did. Here, this was kind of my second generation glass block project. These are a nativity scene, and again, you'll see these are frosted glass block where I've got the nativity scene. And these are really just vinyl decals. Now you can purchase the vinyl if you're an artist and you can draw your own picture on the decal and cut it out. You can do that. Or you can actually purchase the decals. They're already made this way. And then all you're going to do is just basically peel them off and stick them on and put your lights in. So that was kind of my second generation project. So we're going to show you another project today. In order to do a glass block project, really here's one that I've already completed. And this is kind of a snow scene, and I'll show you what this looks like when we put our lights inside. But I thought I'd do something that the kids would enjoy, which is a snowman. And again, we talk about our decals. So you have your decals. We have a carrot nose, and you've got your eyes and your mouth. You've got your craft block, which is right here. And you'll know it's a craft block because you'll see that you've got a top side that you can lift in and out. And then you get some battery operated lights. I kind of like this because that way, if you want to use it as a centerpiece or however you want to use it, you can. These are about $5 at the dollar store, and you put 2 AA batteries. And I strongly suggest when you get lights, don't get anything that's got more than 20 lights in it, because if you try to put a whole lot of lights in a piece of glass, it'll get hot. So you just want to be able to have something that's decorative, you can turn on and turn off. You can also use plug-in lights. Just want to make sure you don't use a lot of them so that you don't have anything that overheats. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to put the decals on your glass block. So you just kind of lay it down. And here I'm going to put the lights in the top. So I'm just laying my glass block down. Got my decal here, and we're going to peel that off of there. And we're going to really hope we have really good placement. So you'll see. Now this kind of gets tricky because, of course, you know, you've got your little mouth here. I'm going to take that off. And I think I want his mouth to go kind of a funny way, so we'll see. I want him to have a smile. And the sticky part's on my hand, so you'll know which direction you got to go, because that's where the sticky part is on your decal. And I'm just going to place his mouth right there. And then we're just going to flatten it. Then I've got my 2 eyes. Let's see, let's do a placement. I think when I'm stuck, we'll pull that out. We'll just want to press it flat, and then you'll get your other eye. This is a good craft to do with your kids, because this is something that they can do. You just pull your little sticker off, and we'll put the other eye. So there we got his 2 eyes, mouth. Now we got the carrot nose. I think I'm going to have my nose go that way. So. Okay, we've got our carrot nose. And I'm just going to kind of stick it because I want it to go like in a little cutesy direction like that. Okay, so now you see my face of my snowman. Now we're gonna put our battery color lights down there. This is something fun that the kids can do. Just string them down in there. Turn them on. You can use white if you want to. Because once you turn your lights off, you won't be able to see what's in there. Now this isn't frosted glass. Then I'll just put my little top on there. And then I kind of like my snowmen to have a hat or something, so we'll just put a hat on them. And then we're going to turn off the light so you can see. Now, if you want to put a little scarf around them, you can do that. You can really jazz it up. But I'm going to show you when we turn the lights off what it looks like. Okay, we'll stop filming. You have a really quick, easy project that you can do with your kids. Now, again, if you want to use the kind that you plug in, you can. You can take the adapter if you want to and hide it up here under the hat. I just put it in there so you can see that once the lights are off, you can't see all that anyway because you get a really brilliant blast on your snowman. I actually have some additional snowmen. You can even change hats. So if you didn't like the white hat, you can put any kind of hat on there, scarf, anything that'll just match the decor in your house. So we did this kind of a little change. And you just put that right back on there, pull a scarf on, and put that in your scape. Got one more I want to show you. One that I actually completed before the tutorial started. I just took a larger sticker. So again, you're just getting a vinyl decal and you're putting it on the front and putting your lights in the inside. That just makes a gorgeous, gorgeous Christmas tree. And again, you just want to put your sticker on the front, put your lights in, and that's really all there is to it. So if you are interested in doing any of these crafts, inbox me at tabernacletalks@gmail.com, and I've got about 7 extra snowman stickers. So the first 7 people who contact me, I'll send you free snowman stickers, and you can do this with your kids, and this will be a nice gift for them for Christmas. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Catherine Bogan, and I am going to be doing this craft with you, and I affectionately call it the napkin candle because I'm not sure what else to call it. And so I'm going to go over what the craft supplies are that you'll need. First and foremost, you'll need to get festive. You don't have to have glitter placemats. It's just my preference. I do think that you need snacks. But the priorities are, you'll need some candles. So I got mine at the Dollar Tree. Tonight I'm going to just be using the votives. I did get the smaller pillars, and I really wanted to do both of these tonight. But I'll get to it later, and I have some tips with these, why I can't do this tonight. But we're gonna just do the votives tonight. But I did just get these at the Dollar Tree, so easy peasy. Candles, napkins. So this is the fun part. Whatever festive napkin you like, this is really what's going to make the candle. So my mom is really into the old vintage red trucks this year, so I was going to do these for my mom. So I have this little cocktail napkin that has the little festive cars and trucks with dogs riding in them. And then this napkin with just the regular red truck. So these were the 2 napkins that I chose for my candles. So your napkins. Another one that I thought would be cute if I wanted to do like a tall pillar candle and maybe have all 3, a tall pillar, the shorter pillar, and a votive if you're doing a set, which would be really cute. I thought this plaid would be a really cute one to go with it, kind of a mix and match. But again, up to you. Also, you're going to need parchment paper. You're going to need tape. I have found that really tape and parchment paper aren't friends. This kind of tape definitely will not stick for this project. Your best bet, if you have it, is this painter's tape. So just whatever you've got, I kind of trial by error used a couple different ones. This one kind of works best. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need a hair dryer. And you're going to need something to hold your candle in place when you're using your hair dryer. This is a taco holder. Don't ask. And then just to kind of jazz it up later, I've got some fresh greenery sprig, and some just fun little ribbon or whatever this is that I'm going to use. So I think that's everything. So yeah, I think I took about 20 minutes to go over my supplies. Michelle's not going to like that. So let's get to it. All right. So this is one that I already completed. It's a little short votive. What we're basically going to be doing is just adhering the napkin to the candle, if you hadn't already surmised that. So for time's sake, I kind of went ahead and did some of these steps. Really key, important step in this is that your napkins, you have to separate them. So most napkins, mine all did, have 3 layers between them. So it's really important to make sure you get down to the thinnest layer of your napkin, because that's what you're going to be adhering to your candle. So make sure you separate down to that last layer. Okay, you get the gist. Again, I don't want to waste all my time trying to do this. Plus I make really ugly faces when I concentrate. So, all right, I got one separated. This is what it looked like once I got it separated. When I did this one on a cocktail napkin, one square of the napkin, like this, and all the way across, I just measured the height of it and cut, and then the length of it was perfect, and I just rolled it around, and that's how I measured it for that votive. I got it a little too tall, but it's okay. So this cocktail napkin was actually the perfect length for the small votive candle. But for this one, I thought it would be cute and probably a bit easier if I just used one of the smaller images from the napkin, and for time's sake, because it does take a minute, you'll see, to get the napkin to adhere to the candle, and a lot of patience, some patience. So I thought maybe for the demonstration I would just do a small portion of the napkin. So what you're going to want to do is, figure out how much of the napkin you want to use. You want to use the whole thing, a portion of it, and get that all measured out. And you don't have to do anything fancy to the candle. You just get your napkin, get it on your candle. It kind of sticks kind of on its own. Get your parchment. I had a bigger piece of parchment because I had hoped that we were going to use one of these pillars, and so I had sized it out for that. But I'm just going to cut it down for one of these smaller votives. And you're just going to want to place it over like so. And you're going to want to use some of your tape just to hold down your parchment. And again, I figured this out by trial and error. You definitely don't want to just hold your candle in your hand, just because you really have to apply your heat to, you know, really localize it on your candle. So, just get your tape on there and find something to place it in. Again, mine I found fits perfectly, so it's good in there, and when I turn on my hair dryer, it's not gonna blow it around, and I can just apply the heat right to that one area. So, got the parchment on there, got the napkin, we're good. Also, just be patient. At the first time I tried this, I just went for it with like high heat, as hot as it would go. I found that it's really better to start with your temperature on hot, but really go on low and just be patient. And you can kind of press on it as you go, and it'll get darker. You'll see it start to kind of melt and get darker under there as you press. And as it gets darker, you can turn up the heat a bit, but it's really patience is key. So you just get going with the heat. So you can see how it's getting darker there, where it's starting to melt. So that's how I know we're good. And so in a second here, I'll probably turn this up to high and start to speed up the process. I've probably been doing it for about 2 minutes. So I'm going to turn it up to high, and you'll see that it kind of speeds it up. Okay. So it's you can kind of see it's dark under there. It should be good to go. If it's not, it's going to be embarrassing because that means my craft failed. So your candle will be a little waxy. It does melt a little bit, you know, with the hairdryer, but that's kind of what the parchment does to keep it on there. So when you're done, there you go. You got your cute little picture on your cute little candle, and it's a little custom candle. So what I was going to do, I kind of blew my stuff all over the place. The others that I was going to do, again, I think I tried this one. I was going to do this one as my practice. I don't know if you can tell, like my candle's kind of warped because I just kept heating it and heating it and heating it, and you can see how thin this is, and this just would not fix to this. I was using this napkin, and I was going to do a set for Mom with Merry Christmas on this candle, and then I wanted to do the demo, you know, for you guys with this one, and I had cut out the little truck, and I was going to do the truck with you all and put that on there, but I just couldn't get this one to stick. So I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe be careful if there's just like a lot of extra shiny wax on your candle. It might be an issue. I'm not sure, but these little ones definitely work. That's why I kind of just focused on this. So But then your presentation, if you're giving them for a gift like I am, I'm going to wrap these up for Mom when I get them done, and just I had a little tiny sprig of greenery. I probably blew it away. But anyway, I'm going to just, bundle these together for her, like so. And I'm going to put a little greenery behind here. And I'm going to wrap them with some cute little festive ribbon. I promise it'll look cute when it's done. I'm not a Martha Stewart, but right? You can see how cute it's going to be. Michelle's probably never going to ask me to do anything ever again. Dr. Pierce Mobley, Michelle. But anywho, thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks.
I'm going to show you a super simple DIY Christmas gift you can make with your kids. It's super easy. You only need about 3 ingredients, and it's probably going to take you about 5 to 10 minutes. So here it is. You want 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, a bag of marshmallows, and a bag of candy canes. Then you want to measure out 2 cups of chocolate chips in a measuring cup and pour them into a bowl. Microwave the chocolate chips for 45 seconds on 15-second intervals, and then stir until the consistency is smooth. Then you want to grab some spoons, however many you'd like to make, and dip them in the chocolate. Then place your candy canes in a bag and break them into small pieces. Pour them into a bowl. Same with the marshmallows. Dip the spoons into the candy canes and the marshmallows, and then set them on a plate to dry. And you're done.
Hi, my name is Ann Logan. I'll be presenting a segment of Tabernacle Talks called Crafts for Christmas. When people see things that are interesting, or they're in the stores and they wonder how people did that. Well, if you really like it and you really want to know how to do it, let me take you on my journey, how I was able to start doing these things. Here's my story in a nutshell. In my 20s, I worked in a graphic design department in a corporation called Sheffield Measurement. Now there's your media. And I did that for about 9 years. I left there and I went to Elder Beerman. And I helped to do the Elder Beerman Thanksgiving dinner. I went to the stores on occasion and helped design and what have you. So there's your graphics and your design. And then from there, I kind of got away from design, and I went into the computer field at LexisNexis, and I was there for 14 years. But I kept up my design skills and my other crafting skills, because then I was thrown into a church setting, and I was asked to do pastor's anniversaries. I decorated the church at Christmas time and those kind of things. So I kept up both of them going. My husband always said, "Do you ever slow down?" But now I have a little bit, but I still enjoy doing the crafting at Christmas time. And so I was asked last year, along with a friend of mine, Nanette, if we would do some crafting for children. So that's what I'm doing today. Let me show you some of the things I've done over the years for my tree at home and for the tree at church that I've been assigned to. Again, I don't do that anymore. Judy Ross and Deneen Ross are over that, but every now and then I do have a special tree that I do, and so I do design that. Notice the angel I did here. It's just a small styrofoam halo, corsage pins. There's the styrofoam topped balls for the top of the head, and I had corsage pins. See these corsage pins? And here's loose pearls, and that's what made the wings there. Now you could do the wings with pearls, without pearls. Used to be I had an old-fashioned coffee filter that I would put on there, and it kind of made it look like a little dress. Very simple, very easy, very quick. The next thing you'll see are upside down thimbles, and I got those at a store, and like a craft store. I used to spray paint them different colors, and when my mother lived with me, she would decorate them for me, and we decorate them in all the different sizes, different styles that you see there. And then the last one there was I made a bunch of those, and they said Jesus is the reason for the season. That's why you see the S on that. And I would put it on my tree, and you'd have to walk around the tree to see Jesus is the reason for the season. One year I even made a kente tree, all kente cloths, all kente balls, and that was kind of what I did for church and for here. Now that last item you see there is like a half fan. And what caused me to do that was I have, Curtis will show you that I have a picture of the fans that I have at my house. These fans have been in my window for years, I'd say 20 years or more. And I kind of give them a break in the fall and winter so that they don't start to fade. I'll put something else out there, and just to give the neighborhood a little fun thing to look at when they're going down the street, because you see so much darkness, and even this year, there's so much darkness and pain and what have you. So we just try to fest up the house so that people will look at it and smile, if it's just a small smile. Now I'm going to get to the tools. All you need, basically, pair of scissors. Here's your scissors to cut your paper. Here's an X-Acto blade. You can cut your paper. Make sure you have something underneath so you don't cut your table. I have, a little handy-dandy thing here. This is something I found. I don't know where I found it, but it's here. And what I do, it's got a little light on it. And it's a paper cutter. And if you'll watch, I just put it in there and slide it in, and it has different edgings along the side. This little blue thing will give you different edges here, and they're all here. Some are straight, some are swiveled, however you want to do it. And I used to do this when I made Christmas cards for people and I sent out at Christmas time. So you want to take your sheet of paper and cut it into fourths, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. Now, what's important, and I didn't mention this earlier, but this is the kind of paper you want, and this is called scrapbooking paper. They don't do scrapbooking much anymore. It's kind of a fade away thing, but here's your scrapbook. And at the time that I never did scrapping, but look at all the pretty papers that are in there, and they're the right weight for what you want to do. You don't have to design your papers. You don't have to color them. You don't have to do anything. Just pick up a scrapbooking book. And again, they were $24, $25 at one time. Now, because it's faded, so you can get them for $8 or $10. Even maybe $2 or $3 if you find the right store. But you put your paper in, and for me, what you'll actually do is fold it, and when I say use your X-Acto blade, what you'll do is just kind of cut down the side, again, making sure that you have something underneath there so you don't cut your table. Okay, so now you've taken your paper and you've cut it into fourths. I only got 2 left here because I've done something with the others. But you cut it into fourths, and then you'll start folding it like you did as a child. We had little designs and things we did in school. And you might even look at the fact that when you were in church, your grandmother would take an old piece of paper, and she would just fold it over and fan herself. That's basically what she'd do, or she'd fold it in half. And that's what you're doing. You're just folding it in half, making a little fan, and this is your result of that. Now, I have been using little dots, glue dots. They stick pretty good, But the thing that usually works with me is to put a little staple right there in the back. Right there in the back, and that holds it together. The glue dots will do okay, but just to make sure it stays. Now you want to do 3 of these, okay, and that's what you see over there. There's 3 of them there. Then you'll take a single hole punch, and you'll probably do it to the one on the inside. You're going to put a hole in the middle of the middle fan, and then you're going to run your ribbon. Here's ribbon here. You're going to run ribbon through it. Here's some little gold ribbon. Here's this ribbon. It's a little thick, but you can always cut those down the middle and use those. And that will be your placement to hang on the tree. And I even have a little bit of ivy here that I use, and you don't really need that. Okay, just keep in mind you're going to do about 25 or 30 of these. Now, you may do more based upon the size of your tree. You may have 50 of them that you have to do. So keep it simple so you don't have to do so many. I also can recommend that you do it as a place setting at your table. If you're still decorating your table, some people don't do that anymore. But if you want to decorate your table, use it as a place setting. And then you can take full-size sheets or half sheets of this, like this, and you can make wreaths as centerpieces for your table. I use, along the way, to make my house smell good, I use this thing called Sensations. And they're just sticks, and they have little hooks on them. And that is smell good. What you can do is take those and put them in your house, on your tree, and when people come in, they can smell the fern, and you actually have an artificial tree. But have fun. Take your time, start in November, and you'll get everything done by early Christmas, a couple of weeks before Christmas. And then you can put things out and just enjoy Christmas. That's a fun time for us. It's a good season. Jesus is the reason for the season.